Okay guys, in this video tutorial today we are going to go over what characteristics make up any religion, okay, and there's 4 that we're going to look at. So the 4 characteristics that make up a religion: belief and believers. Beliefs are key ideas, doctrines or values, and they underpin the kind of practice within the religion. Believers, we also have another subject-specific word that we like to use for believers, okay, and that is adherents, A-D-H-E-R-E-N-T-S, adherents, and they are the followers of any particular religion. So in order to have a religion, you must have beliefs and you must have believers. The next characteristic which makes up a religion are sacred text and writing. The most important beliefs of a religion are usually contained in the sacred texts. Usually these beliefs were first talked about, so they were orally communicated before they were written down. Okay. These sacred texts and writings also contain sacred stories, and it's through these stories that either by historical means or through non-historical means, that they try and explain the way in which people are connected to the supernatural. So if you look at important sacred texts of major religious traditions such as Judaism, so the Torah, you look at the Quran for the Islamic people, or you look at the Bible for Christianity, they contain stories. Some of them are historically accurate, some of them are non-historically accurate, but they all attempt to explain how humanity is connected to the supernatural. Another characteristic, so the third characteristic that makes up a religion are rituals and ceremonies. Rituals and ceremonies, I like to explain them as practical expressions of a religion. Okay, rituals and ceremonies are the ways in which believers or adherents actively live out their religion. Usually through a series of words or actions, along with the use of symbol. They reflect, and embodied in rituals and ceremonies is an understanding of the sacred, so for the supernatural or the sacred dimension. They lead to usually a greater understanding and connection amongst believers. The final one are ethics. Ethics are kind of the backbone or the foundation behind moral reasoning. Okay, they're these concepts and ideas that tell you what to do and how to act. They are kind of like the law that prescribes behavior within a religion. They offer a system of standards which help to regulate behavior. Okay, a lot of the time the ethics are actually found in the sacred text and writings. The ethics help the believers in order to make sense of the beliefs within their life, and the ethics are often lived out in the rituals and ceremonies. We just talked about the beliefs being related to the sacred texts and embodied in the sacred texts. The sacred texts also dictate what kind of rituals and ceremonies need to go on. The rituals and ceremonies also tell the believers how in order to live out their sacred writings and their sacred beliefs. You'll notice I've just got this crazy diagram going on here about interconnection, and there's a reason why I've done this. For a religion to be dynamic and living, we had a look at this original concept at the start of the year. For a religion to be dynamic and living, all the characteristics mustn't just connect. So we had all those connections there. They mustn't just connect, but they must enhance each other. So if you get a question that asks you to look at what makes a dynamic living religion, use example. Use example, and use examples whereby which characteristics connect and enhance a religion. So an example of where the sacred texts and writings do contain the principal beliefs, and they contain it in story in an interesting way. Give examples. If you're asked to explain the way by which religions are dynamic and living, use examples, and use these examples to illustrate the way in which these characteristics are connected and enhanced. And that's it, guys. That's characteristics.